those two. Different people come out, show their support, donate. And then on Facebook, we have 800 people like us. On our Twitter, we have 1,000 followers. So we are definitely a growing movement.
The weather is going to be turning a little colder this week. Are you guys prepared for that?
Yes, we are. We have jackets. We have, of course, toboggans made by the beautiful India over there. And we have tarps, blankets. We will be nice and cozy out here.
How much support do you get by the traffic, especially during the daytime?
Bunch of honks. I can't even tell you how many honks we get a day. Just people supporting, people putting the fists up, the peace signs up. And it's great. It's great. It keeps our morale up sometimes, and we have days that are a little downer.
Yeah, it's a little hard being out of here on the corner all the time. You guys got yourself set up pretty nice, though.
Yeah.
You just got the benches out here.
We do. We use them to make our what we call Casa de Esplanade, since we're on the corner of Esplanade. It's a little fort thing going on, and we cuddle up under there and go to sleep. That's where we sleep.
Cool, that sounds good. And you haven't had any trouble from the police or local government for that or anything?
We have not.
Great.
We have not. They have told us not to pitch tents. They've told us to clean up afterwards, which is completely understandable. But besides that, nope, no problems.
Sounds good. When do you guys usually call it a night?
No one officially calls it a night because we have to have 2 people awake at all times. But we do shifts. Usually the day people will leave right around this time, and the night people will come out. Or if you're here 24/7, which we have a good group of people that are here 24/7. So usually most people call it a night around 12, 11, maybe 1. But the people that are willing to stay up, like me, I'll stay out here till 3 and then I'll go sleep. And then 2 people will get up at 3 and stay up till 7 or 5, depending on the coldness. And then from that time, we'll do 2 to 3 hour shifts all the way up until about 10 o'clock, and that's when the first day people come out.
Is there an official sponsor of the Occupy Lexington? Like, is this a MoveOn.org event, or is it just Occupy Lexington? And you're just following the example of, Washington, New York, Boston?
Yeah, we are kind of following the example of these groups. The funny thing is there's the different ideologies out here. We have right libertarians, and we have people that are, pro-capitalist, anti-capitalist, pro-communist, anti-communist. We have just basic Democrats. We have socialists. We have Christians, just as good Christians come out here.
That's an interesting topic because I recently wrote an article about the Occupy Wall Street, and I posted the article on various sites, including some Republican sites, and actually received some threats from some of the people that have attended the festival down here. And I was wondering if the slogan is "We are the 99%," and of course the Democratic Party is only 51%. So it's either we are the 99% or we are 51%. So I was wondering, do you have a mix of people down here?
Yeah, we do, definitely. We have some Ron Paul supporters. We
David
have,
Galbraith?
Yeah, Gatewood. Gatewood's actually come down and talked to us.
Great.
And I happen to like Gatewood. We have people that come and just have basic discussion with us on what the real solution to this problem. And we have our people that come and disagree but have good talks. But yeah, we definitely have a big mix of different types of people.
Now, a lot of people think that the movement is just about the owners of the corporations and the top 1% making too much money. Do you think that's all it's about, or I've heard other people say that it's really more about the corporate buyout of our politicians?
It's a lot of different things. Definitely corporate buyout of our politicians. The fact that the wealth in the country, that 1% owns 40% of the wealth. There's people out here that are just protesting, big government control. But mainly the big complaint is that our tax money goes to the government, in which the government was in so much in cahoots recently, and for a long time actually, with our financial districts that they just gave our tax money away to these banks that were supposed to supposedly be, I'm going to quote this in the camera, too big to fail. And if we live in a capitalist society, I'm going to get a little ideological here, if we live in a capitalist society, then they were supposed to fail.
Well, I happened to attend a J.P. Morgan Chase corporate meeting at Keeneland, where one of their head men, Stu Schweitzer, who does a lot of interviews for them on CNN, admitted that the bailouts were a scam. What would you think of that? I actually attended the meeting where this man got up there in front of a bunch of other bankers and stated that the banks had plenty of money. This is a head guy at J.P. Morgan Chase. So the banks had plenty of money. He admitted that in front of a J.P. Morgan Chase corporate meeting. What would you think?
I would say that that's one of the big problems. I would question the guy's morals, to be honest with you. Stealing from people who don't have as much as him. I would question whether he was a real Christian. I would question his basic, human instinct and I would question him being a human, period, to be honest with you. That sounds so disturbing to me that I can't even put it into words.
This happened almost 2 years ago, and at the time the Occupy Wall Street movement hadn't started yet, and I tried to post the audio and the photographs to some of the larger news organizations, and they found it hard to believe, but I think in today's climate people might be a little more understanding of it. Now, I got a question for you about the military-industrial complex.
Okay.
Now, you realize that, as many countries as we're in and as many wars as we're fighting, that pretty much if we brought all those soldiers home and quit dropping all those bombs, we could fix the economy.
Yeah.
I was wondering, do you have any veterans down here or anyone that is fighting the war movement or the money spent on the wars?
We've had some interesting veterans come down. We've had a couple Iraq veterans come and talk about the issue with Iraq. We had a World War II veteran come down here and talk about how the military-industrial complex has been powerful since Eisenhower's time. And that we've been in so many different countries, bombing so many different countries since then. And I think the wars have spent so much money that, yeah, that's a legitimate statement saying that we can fix the economy if we didn't have these wars going on, if we didn't try to perpetuate, perpetual empire.
Empire, that's a great term for it. A lot of people, they look toward the history books, and anytime someone was called an empire, they look down upon it. So it's really hard for Americans to admit that that's ideally what we are at this point in time.
I'm a 19-year-old college student with a 3.6 GPA. I can't afford to go to school this year, so I get to be one of the many unemployed, under-schooled individuals in America. I never thought that this would be my future. That's why I'm the 99%.
You can start
I'm here
over
to support the 99%, the people that need freedom in this world. Our world and our economy has almost, it's like we're behind bars right now. And it's people like us who need to come together. Great minds all need to come together and manifest a change in this world. 11/11/11 is coming up, a day of universal change that signifies a shift in our consciousness. And along with this, that is going to happen. And with the help of so many beautiful people like ourselves, our world will become a better place.
Guest came on there 10 minutes later and said, it's the House of Representatives that